This segment brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
Duane Taves joining you once again here on Ag AM in Kansas, and an opportunity to catch up with Justin Smith, Animal Health Commissioner for the state of Kansas, talking about a new pilot program, Cattle Trace. Justin, tell us a little bit about the program and why the health department certainly would be interested in that.
Sure, Duane. So the initiative out of it came out of some conversations that happened last fall, and it's something that traceability, animal disease traceability, has always been on the minds of Kansas producers as well as the animal health division that I lead. And so it was an opportunity for us to come together and say, is there an opportunity to advance this initiative? And it kind of it was just kind of one of those things that came together and said, hey, let's try this, let's see where this goes. And so it's an opportunity that we have to advance the traceability in the Kansas and show that there is a pilot out there for it.
Talk a little bit about the importance of it. Traceability and cattle identification have been a discussion point for a number of years now on a national level, but really has never gotten any strong foothold. But when it comes to an animal disease incident, that's where the dollars really could pay off in this event.
Unbelievable, yes. With the magnitude of our operations today and the way that we move livestock today from place to place and just the dynamics of that, yes, traceability is going to be vital in our ability to respond and do it in a timely manner to an animal disease issue.
Most people don't really understand what the magnitude of that is and how many dollars ultimately are kind of wasted, if you will, chasing our tail versus a system where we actually would know where cattle are.
That's true. We right now, the way our system works is if we have an animal disease trace, we have to throw a really large net over a lot of animals out there, I should say, and operations. And so if any time we can do traceability and narrow that net down, narrow that focus down, it saves everybody.
We think about the opportunity for Kansas really to kind of be a leader in this aspect. Ultimately, we hope that it goes well here, and we really can kind of set the tone for a national program potentially.
That is very true. So we took this challenge on because, one, we have every phase of the cattle industry in the state of Kansas. So it was a no-brainer in the realm that we took this initiative on, as well as it is being looked at. I mean, there's a watchful eye on this project across the nation, whether it be other states or the USDA in itself, to see is this an opportunity to advance this the traceability.
So, Justin, when we think about the opportunities all the way back to the producer level, it can be impactful for them as well, not only from the animal disease traceability side, but potential revenue gains for them as well.
That is very true. I mean, obviously, if we have to do a trace, there's certain requirements and certain things that producer is going to have to take care of, and we're going to have to come in and do, whether it be testing or surveillance or weather, and that's impactful on their operations from this aspect of just money cost as well as lost opportunities in being able to market their animals when they may need to or when they may want to. And so if we can do traceability and we can dismiss them, basically leave them out of the trace, that is in their best interest.
And we think about ultimately, we haven't had a significant animal disease outbreak within the United States of a virulent nature. But if it were to happen, certainly this would ease and the process in trying to get ahead of that and ultimately stamping it out.
That is very true. It gives us another tool in our toolbox to be able to reach out there and find those animals that may be impacted and deal with them in an effort that we can stamp that disease out.
I'm Scott Thellman, and this is Juniper Hill Farms.
Even though my parents weren't farmers, they bought this beautiful farm north of Lawrence in 1999. In 2010, I started growing vegetables on this land.
Today, Juniper Hill Farms sells produce to wholesalers, grocers, and restaurants, and is focused on growing high-quality food that everyone can afford.
Watch my story and the stories of other young Kansas food producers at kansaslivingmagazine.com/meetafarmer.